Opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces. d5 establishes a presence in the center, controls the e4 square, and opens up the light-squared bishop. The queen's gambit offers up a wing pawn to attack the center and distract black from the e4 square. e6 declines the queen's gambit by defending the central d5 pawn with the e-pawn. Knight f3 supports the d4 pawn and puts pressure on the e5 square. Knight f6 develops the knight, supports the d5 pawn, and controls the e4 square. Knight c3 develops the knight, attacks the d5 pawn, and controls the e4 square. Bishop b4 develops the bishop and pins the c3 knight. The bishop is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This is the only move that works, a straightforward recapture. This strikes at the center with a pawn, trying to gain space. This is an equal trade. A clear recapture. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. This develops the bishop and gives it scope on the long diagonal. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This threatens to win a pawn through an eventual fork. Right on target. This defends the attacked pawn. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade, a straightforward recapture. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This threatens to tactically win a queen. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a queen. White develops further. One more piece joins the action. White's piece has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This is not the right idea. This threatens to win a pawn through a discovered attack. Black activates the last piece, bringing all pieces into play. This is an equal trade. A clear recapture. This threatens to win material through a fork. This stops the opponent from being able to win material through a fork, a straightforward recapture. This leaves a pawn without defenders. This overlooks an opportunity to capture a free pawn. This moves the queen to safety. This threatens to win material through a tactic. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. This defends a knight that was under attack and had no defenders. This kicks a knight. This avoids clear danger. This move puts the pawn on a safer square. This is the strongest option. The piece finds a new active square. White's knight has moved to a square with greater activity and control. A very strong play. This is a fair move. Very precise. This defends the attacked pawn. Right on target. This threatens to win a pawn by removing a key defender. This stops the opponent from being able to win a pawn by removing a key defender. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is an equal trade. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This threatens to take an outpost with a rook. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This prevents the opponent from being able to tactically win a bishop. The piece finds a new active square. From this outpost, the rook has great activity. This move puts the queen on a safer square. This steps away from the checking queen. The bishop now occupies a secure outpost. This is the strongest option. That's fine. This is not the right idea. One of the best moves. This evades the check from the queen. Very precise. Right on target. This overlooks an opportunity to defend a pawn that was under attack. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This threatens to checkmate the king. This misses a better way to add a defender to a vulnerable pawn. This allows the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. This wins a tempo by threatening a bishop and forcing it to move away. This threatens to win a pawn through a fork. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This is the strongest option. The game is still close to equal, but black lost their advantage. The game was close to balanced, but now white is worse. Black had an advantage, but now the game is close to equal. This is a fair move. This defends the attacked pawn. This loses a pawn. This misses a better way to capture a free pawn. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. This steps away from the checking queen. This permits the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. This misses an opportunity to move a queen to safety. The piece finds a new active square. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. The correct move to safety. This misses an opportunity to eventually win a pawn. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a bishop. This is not the right idea. This threatens to win material through a tactic. This avoids clear danger. Very precise. A solid choice. This threatens to tactically win a bishop. This defends the attacked pawn. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This misses an opportunity to... Right on target. This loses a queen. This is the way to win a queen. This protects the attacked bishop. This is the only move that works. This is the strongest option. That queen was free for the taking. This steps away from the checking queen. White will be winning material with that fork. The correct move to safety. This threatens to checkmate the king. The pawn is now adequately defended. This wins a pawn. Very precise. This avoids clear danger. Right on target. This is the only good move. This evades the check from the queen. A very strong play. One of the best moves. That was a free pawn. This defends the attacked pawn. The rook is kicked by a pawn, and this move puts the rook on a safer square. This moves the pawn to safety. A solid choice. This is the strongest option. Very precise. This wins material. This evades the check from the queen. Now black can't stop white from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. This threatens to... This leaves a rook without defenders. That was a free rook.